Hello, everyone, and welcome to Whole Soul Healing, where we honor your body, uplift your mind, and nourish your soul. I'm your host, Dr. Sue, and I'm glad you're joining me today. This month, we've been exploring the deep connection between pain, Naprapathic medicine, and diabetes awareness. And last week, we talked about pain and flow and how healing begins when we start listening to the body. Today, we're going to step deeper into one of the most powerful forces in health and disease, inflammation. It's a word we often hear, but few people really understand how the link between pain, fascial tension, stress, and blood sugar work. By the end of today's show, you'll see how all four are woven together and how restoring flow can reduce inflammation, calm stress, and even help stabilize blood sugar naturally. Before we begin, remember this program is for educational and inspirational purposes only. It's not to be a substitute for medical advice or treatment. Please always consult your healthcare provider for your individual needs. Now let's dive in, because understanding inflammation is one of the most empowering things you can do for your healing journey. As a Naprapathic doctor and holistic clinician, I see people every day who are dealing with inflammation in their joints, muscles, digestive system, and even their emotions. They come in saying, "My back hurts, my neck is tight, my legs feel heavy, I'm always tired," or "I can't think clearly." But underneath all of that, there's often one common thread: inflammation. Inflammation is the body's natural response to stress or injury. It's your internal fire alarm. In the short term, it's protective. However, when it persists for too long, it begins to harm rather than heal. And that's where so many of us get stuck. Our body's healing response can become a source of imbalance. In Naprapathic medicine, we see inflammation not just as a biochemical event, but as a flow issue. When fascia tightens, when circulation slows, when stress rises, flow decreases, and inflammation builds. So if you're feeling tight, sluggish, swollen, puffy, achy, foggy, or just off, your body might be telling you inflammation is stealing your flow. If you're listening right now and something in today's topic resonates with you, maybe you've been dealing with chronic pain, stiffness, fatigue, or stress that never seems to go away, I want you to know there's hope. You can always reach out to me here at the radio station at 773-752-9249. Again, that's 773-752-9249. Or at Well With My Soul Holistic Health Center at 773-978-6145. We'll help you understand what your body is saying and how to restore balance one layer at a time. Now let's start with the basics. Inflammation is your body's defense mechanism. When you get injured, exposed to toxins, or under emotional stress, your body releases chemicals that brings blood and immune cells to the affected area. A short dose, that's healing, but that response never shuts off. Then you're constantly under stress, constantly tight, constantly tired. Your body becomes inflamed from the inside out. Chronic inflammation shows up as muscle pain, joint stiffness, digestive bloating, brain fog, fatigue, headaches, weight changes, high blood sugar, mood swings, skin issues, or warmth in certain areas of your body. It's your body's quiet alarm, the one that keeps ringing when you've tuned it out for too long. Now let's talk about fascia, because that's where Naprapathic medicine shines. Fascia is your body's connective tissue web, wrapping around every muscle, organ, and nerve. It should glide, stretch, and move with ease. But when fascia becomes restricted, it traps fluids, suppresses nerves, and limits circulation. And that stagnation leads to inflammation. You can think of fascia like a highway system. When traffic moves smoothly, everything gets where it needs to go. But when there's congestion from poor posture, stress, dehydration, or emotional tension, traffic stops, waste builds up, and irritation increases. So when we release fascia through naprapathic techniques, stretching, and gentle movements, we aren't just improving flexibility, we're reducing inflammation at the root. And that's why after a naprapathic session, so many people say, my body feels lighter, my pain is lower, I feel calmer, because flow hasn't been restored, because pain has been restored and inflammation has been reduced. Now let's connect the next layer, stress. Every time you experience stress, your body releases cortisol and adrenaline, hormones that are meant to protect you in emergencies. But chronic stress keeps those hormones elevated, which increase inflammation and blood sugar levels. Here's how the cycle works. You feel stressed or overwhelmed. Your muscles tighten, especially in the fascia in your neck, shoulders, and back. Circulation decreases, tension builds, and inflammation rises. Your brain signals the body to release more stress hormones. Those hormones raise blood sugar to prepare for flight or fight. And the stress never stops. Your blood sugar stays high and your body stays inflamed. That's why stress management isn't just mental health, it's metabolic health. When you calm your nervous system, breathe deeply, move intentionally, and release fascia, your inflammation decreases and your blood sugar levels follow. So the next time you feel tension creeping in, pause and ask yourself, what can I do right now to bring my flow back? Maybe that's stretching, walking, deep breathing, prayer, or stillness. All of them can help release the body's stress response. You know, there's another layer of inflammation that we don't talk about enough, and that's emotional inflammation. Just like physical inflammation causes swelling and heat, emotional inflammation creates inner tension and overwhelm. It shows up as irritability, anxiety, relentlessness, or feels that you're on fire inside, even when everything around you seems calm. When we hold on to resentment, grief, or fear, our nervous system stays on high alert. That keeps our stress hormones elevated, our blood sugars rising, and our body's flow disrupted. In naprapathic medicine, we also find that when someone's release emotional tension, when they cry, exhale, or simply let go, their muscles soften immediately, their circulation improves, their pain decreases, because emotion literally means energy in motion. So when emotion gets stuck, the body inflames, but when it moves through tears, laughter, breath, or prayer, inflammation begins to cool. The next time you feel the inner fire, not just in your body, but in your spirit, don't push it away. Acknowledge it. Breathe into it. Let it move through you like water cooling the flame. That's not weakness. That's wisdom. And that's how the body and soul begin to heal together. Let's talk specifically about blood sugars since this is Diabetes Awareness Month. When your body is inflamed, your cells become less responsive to insulin, the hormone that helps your body use sugar for energy. That is called insulin resistance, and that's the bridge between inflammation, pain, and chronic illness. Naprapathic care helps by improving circulation, lymphatic drainage, nervous system regulation, fascia mobility, and when flow improves, insulin sensitivity often improves too, because your cells are literally better communicating, and there is energy exchange. Paired with that, diet rich in anti-inflammatory foods like leafy green vegetables, berries, avocados, turmeric, olive oil, and salmon, and that will further begin lowering your inflammation naturally. Now here's your tip for the day. Move your inflammation out through motion and breath. Take 10 minutes today to move your body with intention. It doesn't have to be exercise. It can be stretching, walking, or slow, deep breathing. Each movement tells your fascia it's safe to release. Each breath tells your nervous system, I can calm down now. And that's how inflammation begins to flow out of your body. Because healing isn't just what happens to you, it's what happens through you. As we come to a close, let's reflect on inflammation physically and spiritually. I'm reminded of Psalms 147:3. He healeth the broken in heart and bindeth up their wounds. Isn't it beautiful that the same God who heals our hearts also heals our body? Inflammation in many ways is a sign of the body's cry for healing, a reminder to slow down, to rest, and to restore flow. And just like the fascia can tighten around pain, our hearts can tighten around fear, anger, or grief. But when we open to God's presence, when we let truth, grace, and breath move through us, healing begins. So today, ask yourself, where do I feel inflammation? In my body or in my spirit? And what would it look like to invite peace, flow, and divine restoration in that space? Thank you for joining me today on Whole Soul Healing. If this message has spoke to you, if you've been dealing with chronic pain, stress, or blood sugar challenges, remember this. Healing happens when we restore flow, when we calm inflammation, release tension, and care for the whole person, body, mind, and spirit. If you like help understanding how Naprapathic care can support your healing journey, I'd love to walk with you. You can reach me at Well With My Soul Holistic Health Center by calling 773-978-6145 or visit our website at supportmywellness.com. Until next time, take care of your body, be gentle to your mind, and nourish your soul. And remember, I'm Dr. Sue, and I'm here for you.